How much weight are you down since getting started?
I'm down roughly 55 pounds. Crazy, like just to see like the pictures from when I started from to now. It's just you can start to see like vasculature in my arms, like my veins are starting to pop out. You don't really realize it. It's also kind of sad that I let myself get there and didn't ever take the necessary steps to get to where I am now.
How much weight are you down since getting started?
I'm down roughly 55 pounds, and I think I started towards the end of January of last year. So it's been about 14 or 15 months.
Nice, man. Nice,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge, dude.
It
It's
is.
and you've been so active too. It's been amazing to just like see you be there. I know for sure I'm gonna see John on my calls and have a good discussion with you. So you've certainly earned every pound, brother.
Yes, it's been a work in progress, but it's been great doing it too. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
for me, the craziest thing is like I have this app called Time Hop on my phone, and it
Mhm.
shows you like all the pictures that you took on that day throughout the years. And so like we'll laugh and I'll send one to my mom every now and then. And it'll just be how big my face is. Like you don't really realize it when like when you see yourself every day in the mirror, you don't really realize, how big your face was until you look at pictures from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah, you sent that one
Yeah.
picture. It was like a Facebook post that you had a few years back, and you were like, "Old default actions, they've
Oh
changed."
yeah. A pint of banana pudding in under 5 minutes, I think is what that was. So
He has a
Yeah.
post. Old default actions, man.
yeah.
Old default actions.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So tell people a little bit more about like the physical transformation that you kind of experienced from losing these 53 pounds or 55 pounds.
Well, obviously, like I said, my face, and then I've noticed like you can start to see like vasculature in my arms, like my veins are starting to pop out. Something I never thought would happen is I'm actually starting to be able to see my abs. They're starting to peck out slowly but surely. Um, so it's just been crazy, like just to see like the pictures from when I started from to now. It's night and day difference. It's kind of cool. Like I moved to Tuscaloosa about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and I went home at Christmas. I went home to visit fam or to see my dad and to go to church, and it was pretty cool that no one there really they couldn't believe it was me. They didn't recognize me. Some people.
Mm, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome, dude.
It's also kind of sad that I let myself get there and didn't ever take the necessary steps to get to where I am now. But
Yeah. Yeah, looking back, it's like how, when you experience the transformation you experience, you almost question how it was even possible, to get to the position you were starting at. So, like kind of in the beginning, what were you struggling with?
one of the main things for me down here in the South, we like our sweet tea. And so I would drink at least when we'd go out to eat, I'd drink at least 4 or 5 glasses of sweet tea, which is kind of crazy because that's probably more than I eat in a single meal now just by drinking sweet tea. That and working night shift, I would drink one or two 20-ounce Mountain Dews while at work.
Mhm.
So, I mean, just those calories add up to probably more than I'm eating right now a day. And I'm happy with like how much I'm eating.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things where if we don't actually keep a fine eye on it, it's so easy to find ourselves in that spot where we're actually having an extra 1,000, 2,000 calories more than we need, and that can obviously turn into a situation where we are 220 pounds and we have 55 pounds to lose, right? And I'm curious, like before kind of engaging in this with us and going through DK, did you try anything specifically before working with us to kind of solve this problem?
Not in the last couple of years where I kind of let myself get away. Before I gotten pretty strict before and I'd done P90, but my body was always like I had lower back issues and that was not very good for that.
And if you've tried P90X before, but it failed and you still need to lose 10 to 30 pounds of fat or more, then go to defaultkings.com and book a free fat loss assessment. Worst case scenario, we send you away with a bunch of free trainings. Best case scenario, we come up with a game plan for you to start implementing right away. Onward.
And, but other than that, I mean, I worked out some when I was in pharmacy school, but then they changed our schedule to where we didn't have any free time in the afternoon. So it kind of that's kind of when I started letting my body get away. Was like the first and second year of pharmacy school, I would go work out in the afternoon after we got done with classes from 8 to 12. But then they changed our schedule and added classes in the afternoon. So it kind of messed up that. And I never really got back into the routine after that.
You just never
Yeah.
establish that routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Like just especially as life progresses and like responsibilities get piled on, schedules get shifted, circumstances happen, life happens. So I guess when you started at the end of January last year, what was it that we did that helped you specifically solve the problems you were dealing with?
For one, I think anytime you pay for something, it's going to hold you more accountable. Just because you don't want to be wasting, the money that you spent. So that, and then along like just the group calls, like everybody in the Slack, our coaches, it was Alex when I first started, and now it's Chris, and they both did a good job of just motivating me, checking in each day, making sure I was doing what I was doing. And so that's how y'all helped me. And just the structured like diet. I never really counted my calories. I'd try like low carb or some of those kind of diets, but I never actually really got into like MyFitnessPal and tracked how much I was actually eating every day. And that really makes a big difference. Just knowing exactly what you're putting in your body and how it's affecting it. And then also, just the macros. I never really paid attention to trying to get the protein. Like I guess I did pay attention to the carbs because like I said, I tried like low carb before, but nothing other than that really.
I got you, man. Yeah, I got you. So it sounds like for you it was, hey, we had finally some external accountability, both, in a one-to-one capacity, but in a peer-to-peer capacity. And then we also had the actual structure and plan to get where you were trying to go.
Yeah. And then also the weekly pictures and the daily weigh-ins, they also hold you accountable too. So
yeah, it's right in front of your face. You can't hide from it, or you can't avoid making changes or letting us know that changes need to be made in order to get you where you're trying to go. And I guess for you, John, like what would you say the overall impact of working with us has been, not only in your health and fitness, but in really every area of life?
I think I've become more disciplined. Working night shift, you could make excuses daily not to go work out because like I work 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. And so I've never before I joined DK, I would sleep until about 6:30 or 7 and then go eat and then or cook something and then go to work. But now I've changed to where, and I've never been like a morning person. And I know technically 4:30 or 4 is not the morning, but when you're on night shift, that's pretty early. And I've never gotten up 5 hours before I had to be to work, like when I was working all hours. So just the, building that consistency and discipline to get up and work out before I go to work. And it's also made me feel a lot better at work too. For example, like I can remember when I first started night shift, and it could just be my body acclimating to that, but I would get really sleepy around 4 or 5 in the morning. And I honestly haven't really felt drowsy at work in a long time. So I don't, it's probably to do with the working out, and also my body's getting kind of used to it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I think one of the biggest things about this is your ability to have established these healthy default actions in the middle of dealing with like what most people would call is a hectic or like difficult work schedule type of
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Right.
For example, I put it in there, I think it was Tuesday. It was my last day of the 7 on, 7 off, and my alarm clock went off at 4. And I mean, I did not want to get up, but I made myself get up, and then I got to the gym, and I did not want to do anything. I just wanted to, I didn't feel like doing anything. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get in the sauna, for 5 minutes and see if that gets me going. And it kind of, I mean, it got me to sweating, and so then I was like, I kind of just want to stand here for 30 minutes and go home. But I made myself go out there and do the workout that was planned for me, and I actually set 6 personal bests, which is kind of crazy because um, that's a lot in one workout. Not to mention the fact that I didn't want to be there, but just showing up and just doing it, you know, it shows what you can do once you set those default actions. To just
Yeah.
I think the biggest battle most of the time is getting there. Once you're
Mhm.
there, you can usually push through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point where it's like, there are going to be days where you don't feel like it, but once you build those default actions, you do it anyway, right? Even when you
And then
don't
the
feel like
cookie
it.
on then the cookie on top was the fact that, I set all those personal bests. I was just going to try to get through the workout to burn some calories, and then I get to the end of the workout and I've set 6 new records, so that it keeps up with in the app.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. And one of the biggest things that we try to make sure guys are set up for is success, really for the rest of their life with this. So in your mind, I mean, do you feel like the systems that we've put in place for you and the stuff that we've taught you is something that's sustainable for you just long term?
Oh yeah, it's definitely sustainable. For me, I think, just the the structure of the workouts. I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to build my own workout as good um as y'all can, obviously, but I know enough now to where if, say, a couple of years from now, I'm no longer like an active member, but I could still,
Mhm.
I could still figure out a decent workout to get or split
Mhm.
to go through. So
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. And really, one of the big questions that we like to kind of ask everybody later in the interview here is, man, if there's somebody listening to this right now that resonates with your story, in your mind, why should they take action and make a change in their life and get the weight under control?
I would say, just you feel a lot better. And it also feels really good when people say, "Have you lost weight?" Um, I mean, that's a nice feeling. It makes you feel a little better about yourself. But I mean, really, it's just all about you know getting into that mindset that you can change, and that it's really worth it. Like I feel night and day difference. It's I can't really put into words. Exactly how much better I feel. Um, not I still have a little bit of a caffeine addiction, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
Hey,
We
hey,
all do. We all
we all do.
Everybody here openly has a caffeine, a little bit of a caffeine love. We'll call it love. I won't put the
Yeah.
A word on it, but yeah. No, that's good, man. That's like I
Oh man, that's great,
said.
man. Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Gabe.
yeah, man. Well, yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that it's kind of almost hard to put words to, what the actual transformation has been like, in all areas. But yeah, man, I mean, like the biggest kind of goal for Joey and I when somebody starts, the biggest goal for you when he started was we just wanted to make the investment itself worthwhile for you. We wanted you to get more than you paid for. So in your mind, like what's actually changed about your day-to-day life, about the life that you see yourself living into the future now that made the investment worth it for you?
Just like I said earlier, I feel so much better. I do have a lot more energy. Just you can't put um, you can't put how much money on your health. Like you can't put like a cost on feeling good or um, you know your health later on in life too. Because as a well, I just turned 34, so as a 34-year-old, I did not help the health of a 34-year-old. I always used to kid, that I was an old man living in a young body, and I'm starting to no longer feel that way. So
Awesome, man. That's awesome. Dude, we're super proud of you, man. And like, again, in all seriousness, I know you're a guy that we like to laugh with and have a good time with and joke around. And you kind of got that little bit of smart ass in you like me and Gabe do. So we have a good time with you on calls and everything. But in all seriousness,
absolutely.
we're super proud of you, man. We're super proud of you, and you've been dedicated to this process through and through the entire way. So we just want to say thanks to you because without you dedicating yourself to this, I mean, those results aren't guaranteed, right? You have to put in the work on your end. So for you to follow through the way that you have and see the success that you have, it's a testament to you, brother. So we're super proud of you, man.
Thank you. And I also want to say thank you to both of y'all, not only from the physical side of it. One thing we really haven't mentioned much in this interview is like the spiritual side of it too. I think it's cool to see two people in your younger 20s just on fire for the Lord too. So that's awesome. And it's not something that
Man.
you see with all these other Instagram coaches or Twitter coaches. They don't have that aspect of it that I think is also very important to our group.
Yeah. Glory to God, man. I mean, that's what this is at the end of the day. Like, it's our business, of course, but this is part of our God-given mission in life. And so we want to empower guys like you who are fighting the battles on behalf of our Lord to be stronger, to be more disciplined, to be healthier, to be more consistent, more capable. So yeah, man, we're thankful to you for being part of it. I guess like on the spiritual side too, like what do you feel like have been some of the bigger like lessons you've learned like spiritually that have kind of applied to your fitness too?
I think just honoring God with our bodies. You know, I never really wanted to. I always kind of just glanced over that and never really wanted to apply that to me because I knew that that's somewhere that I was failing. But just our body's a temple, and God, and we're supposed to honor God with that. So that, and then just it's nice having a group of men who struggle with the same things you do, and who you can share stuff with and talk to about just the daily struggles, because it is a battle, like you said, and that's been a big plus for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We love how outspoken you are about your faith and how much of a leader you are in the group from that perspective too, man. So it's awesome to see that, and it's awesome to see you be bold about it because that was a thing for us that we learned the lesson a few months back of, hey man, I think we just need to be super bold about this and upfront. And we've been doing it, and ever since things have only gotten better for us. More lives are impacted. We're more connected with you guys than ever. So I appreciate you being bold and outspoken about your faith, and it's something for everybody to aspire to. So we appreciate you doing that.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Awesome, brother. Well, awesome, dude. This has been great. We appreciate you doing this, and we appreciate having you on and having you around the group, man.
Absolutely. I've enjoyed it too. Obviously, I really enjoyed it. I've been around for a little over a year now, and I think the typical program's 12 weeks, but I just love you guys so much that I'm not wanting to end it anytime soon. So
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Love having you, brother.
Yeah, that's music to our ears, man. We love having you around, brother. We love having you around. And again, you're a great addition to the group, and you're somebody that we want to see around here as long as we can. So we love having you, man.
absolutely.
Awesome.